Welcome to the Steelers Realm Podcast. And now, here are the boys of Steelers Realm.
There we are. Hey, Steeler Nations. Welcome to another episode, Steelers Realm Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, JT. Trio tonight. My man, famous PA, in the house. Back in the saddle at home. Welcome, brother. Good to be back.
Thanks, JT, man. Sorry about the confusion last week, buddy, but hey, we're here today.
That's all right. Hey, you got to do what you got to do out there in our state. How about it? And we got to bring our man behind the scenes, the hijacker. What's up, buddy?
Yeah, what's up, man? How's it going?
Great night last night. We tried a few things. You guys, some of you caught us on here. Kitch and I thought we'd try something new, and that didn't work. So we just stuck with the good old live stream across your favorite formats out there too. So we appreciate there. He was in there too. Welcome, Mean Green. Shout out to you, brother. What's going on? Yeah, 6-2 for first place Steelers. Works. Did you have the boys over, TA? Have a little party?
No. Actually, it was just me and the youngest, man. But it was a full football weekend. I gotta share this story with you guys. So, of course, it was football weekend, and about Thursday, I'm in Texas, and I get a phone call. How would you like to go down on the field before the game and hold the flag for the national anthem? I'm like,
Nice.
Really? I'm like, so for who? Am I going to Pittsburgh? And like, no, you're going to Cleveland. I'm like, damn it. I'm like, but you know what? That's a pretty cool experience. And then the more I got talking, the experience is that it was for the Crucial Catch Month for the NFL. So it was for cancer awareness. In here, because we have a couple of folks that we have currently dealing with some cancer in our family, they were chosen to be able to go up there. So we had 3 generations of Amoses up there at Cleveland Brown Stadium on Sunday, waving the red, white, and blue before the game and down on the field. And let me tell you something. When I seen Derrick Henry, dude, there is no comparison to this cat. He is a giant. But nonetheless, it was a pretty cool experience. So I thought I'd share that with you. And all of you in the NFL, hey, kudos to you guys for helping with cancer patients.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, great initiative.
Childhood cancer too. Soft spot in my heart. So, yeah, very cool, man. Hey, it was great to stay up. We didn't get delayed. We didn't have an hour rain delay. The stadium was rocking. The fresh unis were looking good. Boys were looking good in the black with the gold. It was a lot of fun. A lot of energy down there. I've been down there on primetime games, nighttime games, Sunday night and Monday nights of ruckus. I didn't hear them when they came out of the must have dipped out. I didn't catch that, but
that was right there at start of fourth quarter, man. I don't know how you missed it. I mean, they come back on Monday Night Football, and they probably played it for a good minute and a half, panning the stadium as they were rocking to Renegade.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm not quite sure how you missed that because they were all excited about it. You know, Joe Buck and Troy. Oh, I really like Pittsburgh and all of the. I was like, shut up, Troy.
Blah 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 blah. They pay them big money to dramatize the whole thing. Yeah, did they play Pittsburgh polka song in it? I don't know. Yeah, but the video is phenomenal when they play it. Man, you can't help it. Yeah, we have the words. We know the words, dude. Yeah.
Go ahead, JT. Let's hear you. You know, TA's always singing.
I didn't volunteer to sing. I might just say I answered this question.
Oh no, let's hear you sing a couple bars.
Football. Let's talk
football.
We don't have the time
for that.
We don't have time for that.
All right.
So anyhow, hey, we're gonna get into it tonight. Obviously, the final score, the outcome, the highlights, our thoughts on the game. And we're going to go inside the realm, talk about what's going on around the AFC North. Just a touch, some trades still in place affecting the AFC North. Where we stand in the division, where we're looking forward, and a bunch of other good stuff. So let's just jump into that. Final score. My thoughts on the game were, I think, Russ, second preseason game, we'll call it. I love how you quoted that, TA. I'm not going to steal your thunder on that one, but I like how this could be two preseason games going into a bye week, and then here we go, man. Here we go right into the heart of this second part of this year's schedule, which is going to be a killer. But sure is fun to see special teams splash. Defense.
Look.
And the moonball on display. We're definitely going to hit on some the bad and the ugly of this game too, a little bit, but certainly want to relish that. So go ahead, T. On with some thought.
Oh, I was just going to say, man, look, Bazooka Joe this year is like getting a lot of love, And I tell you what. Who knew old Joe had a rocking body at 70 in there with the boys? Could be his grandkids in there pounding the weights topless.
Showing off those pecs.
Showing off them pecs. Kudos to you, Bazooka Joe, man. Danny, you are the bomb, and it is about time he starts getting a little bit of love, man. But this particular team really seems to love him right now, JT. And I tell you what, this is 3 weeks in a row that we've heard about special teams. Usually 3 weeks in a row, you're hearing about special teams. It's not good.
It's not good. Yeah, right.
So it's great hearing good stuff and not negative stuff.
Yeah, and how about kudos to Calvin Austin III on that punt return? We all know he had it in him. We were just waiting. It's going to come one of these days. And it sure was fun to see him providing multiple space too. Multiple.
Look, it was great seeing him doing that. I'm just glad we didn't get called for roughing the punter. I mean, I know they were kind of vying for it, but
don't worry, we didn't touch the punter. What are you talking about?
Look. And again, I read some things afterwards. I think he took a good angle. He did not take him out at the legs. He had hit the ground first and then slid into him. So I think all in all, I mean, it was a good, clean hit.
Yeah. It almost appeared like he went through his legs and never touched him. Kind of like Minka's field goal block. He just went through him. He put his hands on him, but he didn't leverage them.
No.
But nonetheless.
Wasn't like he smacked him at 100 mile an hour.
No, or went over and like pushed off of him to get. He just didn't touch him on the way, just with his hands. But anyhow, nonetheless, in the NFL, special teams play. I thought I heard them talking about.
They gotta be.
I think they're in the top 5 for sure.
Yeah.
So
another guy, kind of underspoken. Go ahead, Tia. Sorry.
But I was going to say, I mean, how can you not be? I mean, let's see, 2 block field goals, kickoff return, and a punt. I mean, you're on fire this year. And we're just at the halfway mark. Well,
and speaking of punts, how about somebody's not kind of residing under the radar there, but hammering punts downfield?
Look, I love Corliss 2 years ago when he come on this team, and I love the fact that he was a left-handed punter. I thought he was smacking the ball then, and then we let him go on, and then here he is again. I don't know why this guy is not on a team saving it. I mean, he saved our ass on Sunday,
Absolutely.
and
Absolutely.
he has been booming some punts.
I'd have to look at the overall starting yardage after his punts, but has to be pretty good. Hey, Larry, thanks for jumping in, buddy. I thought you were going to bed. You sent me a good night message earlier. Anyhow,
Oh,
thanks for jumping on, buddy.
Larry, give
Hello.
you some sweet, some slobbins.
He's sweeting up too. So yeah, special teams all a part of it. Offense all a part of it. Hijacker, what was your like 60-second synopsis of the game? Even though I didn't give one.
Yeah. So my takeaway was we had some, good plays. Russ for some of those moon balls, like you said. I liked seeing that. Calvin Austin had a great game. He was making plays all over the field. Loved what I saw from him. He was even wide open in the end zone, and Russ didn't hit him as well. So he could have had 3 touchdowns maybe. But our defense came alive.
They did focus on that too.
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't be open.
Yeah, I remember the replay. It's like, I'm open, throw it to me. And then, the defense made some splash plays at the end, which TJ Watt looking like a beast. Bishop too.
No, they held him pretty much at bay. I mean, he was getting pressure, but they kind of held him at bay the first half. But he was just getting warmed up, apparently.
Well, Daniel Jones was taking so many hits. Alex Highsmith was nailing him left and right.
Oh yeah, didn't he got called on it finally too?
Yeah.
And I think Troy or Buck made the comment about they've been hitting him all night long. They finally call something on him too. So, but hey, the effects of it were obvious, among other things.
Yeah, his timing was really sped up.
Yeah, how about some of those there late in the fourth quarter? They've been trying to come back. It looked like Russ the first 2 series of his first game. But and then there was a third down conversion that hit the guy right in the hands, right in the nuts, pretty much, right in the gullet in the basket. And bloop, they just got tired of hearing black and gold footsteps coming. Yeah, that's that guy Minka sent sideways on that one catch.
He nailed him.
Oh my! I think somebody said Minka turned into a spear, speared this guy, and we were getting caught. It was you, Mean Green. Yeah, and he's like, oh, okay. So here it turns out we were like 30 seconds behind. So I guess we're gonna watch for a play with Minka, and then they're like, oh my god. That was awesome. And then when they showed it in replay, all he did was just throw a shoulder into him, but hit. I think he obviously took the worst of that one there. Yeah, we'll get you another hat, Larry. Sure. Why don't you break out some of the 5 ones that we already sent you?
I just want to know what Larry does with all of his hats.
I know.
He's like our
Green. Yeah, he asked for hats a couple times. So we ordered him one. He's like, and so we ordered him another one. They're like, dude, somebody's something. So he stopped in the hardware store and got a few hats too, as well. So anyhow, that's the little backdrop on that.
But on that Minka hit, going back to that real quick, I like to see that because let's face it, Minka's kind of got the raw dog here in the last 2 games.
Yeah.
He got called for a penalty that wasn't a penalty.
Right.
And then he got that that personal foul for the hit he had, which wasn't a helmet to helmet. He again lowered his shoulder into it. And of course had some comments, this isn't the football I grew up with. So to see him put that lick on there and get that ball out of there, and that was a crucial time too, just to stop the momentum, was good. And I'm glad to see Minka still taking those shots and not holding anything back.
Well, absolutely. Absolutely. And then, of course, to wrap it all up, we're about our guy Beanie, man. Undrafted from West Virginia, making splash plays 2 weeks in a row now. 2 interceptions last week and 1 this week to seal the deal, man. How sweet was that?
You know, all I got to say about that, strike up the music. The band has begun. Beanie's in town, boys, and having some fun.
Yeah,
There you go.
Beanie
My
on again
polka
in his
mean
post-game
green.
interview, too. Sporting the beanie, the white beanie again. So,
Hey, I was kind of impressed. I don't know if you guys brought this up on the last show since I missed it, but I was kind of impressed that Aaron Rodgers was going to go ahead and sign his 2 footballs.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, some follow up on that, but yeah, he did. As it turned out, he did. Correct.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Now, I mean, I don't know if he's going to ask Danny Dimes to go ahead and sign any footballs because Danny Dimes right now is going to go down as the most whipped quarterback in history. I mean, in his short career, 200 sacks, leading most active quarterbacks.
Oh, man. Oh.
Dude, you're not going to be around very much longer with those kind of hits.
No. But on the other side of the ball, I mean, sure, Dex was just a wrecking machine last night, too. And we pretty much nailed that when we said, you know, with the amount of sacks that this team has, that's going to be probably one of our bigger challenges there. And of course, Broderick Jones, you know, again, penalty, face mask penalty, callback, a beautiful touchdown pass to Pickens, and all for naught. Crazy stuff. I mean, I think the bright spot of that is you see the potential there. I mean, to have a second possible touchdown in a game. I mean, it's crazy. This game could have been over by halftime.
Oh, and the Giants are probably lucky that wasn't the case because this was a runaway train in the making. It really, truly was.
Yeah.
But, you know, you brought the point up, okay, on the first touchdown, I tell you what, that was a huge one. And even when you seen the hold on Broderick and the face mask, and you're like, oh, man, Broderick. It's like you kind of felt bad for the rookie. He was having a little bit of a rough one out there.
Mm-hmm.
But on that second one, guys, that was a touchdown. And Tomlin, you know what, for all the shit we give him, had every right to throw that red flag, even though I got to ask, did anybody know that when a play is already reviewable, that you can't challenge it and that you lose your timeout? Or is that something new that they just started with the Steelers?
Well, I mean, it makes sense. Why would you challenge a play that's already being reviewed? I mean, but all they should have done was gone over. Like, why are you taking a timeout away, though?
Right, pick the flag back up and give it to him.
You can't challenge that. Give him the flag back.
Because we've seen that happen before in other games. If a coach throws a red flag and it's not challengeable, they give it back to him. Either way, here's the one thing, though.
I agree.
That was a catch. All right. And it should have been a touchdown on George Pickens.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the reason I say this. When he double tapped his toe, even though it was his right foot, that was implementing 2 feet down or 1 foot and a body part. Because the actual rule, are you ready for this? In
It's
the
an
NFL,
elbow or a knee, right?
Nope, hold on. In the NFL, a player must have at least 2 feet or another body part on the ground in bounds to complete a catch. The player must have control of the ball with their hands or arms before the ball touches the ground. The player must touch the ground in bounds with at least 2 feet or another part of or another body part down. The player must make a football move, such as taking another step, reaching, extending for the line to gain, or having the ability to perform such an act. Now, I don't know about you, but everything that I just explained right there was displayed in that catch. He not only caught it, he had strong hands, he controlled it, he tapped the one toe, couldn't get the other one down because he was being pushed out, and tapped the second body part. It doesn't matter that it was his foot, it was another body part and should have been considered a touchdown.
Yeah, I agree. the way the rule states, it wasn't enough to overturn that. I bet that gets brought up in the winter meetings. But
Yeah, because let's face it, nobody had ever seen that before. Where a player catches the ball on the sidelines or in the end zone, and he's tapping the same foot twice. Yeah, you don't see that. That's not normal.
And the force out rule was dropped, so that had no effect on it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I was going to check if it was both feet or 2 feet, but I guess if it's 2 feet, then yeah, it'd be a catch.
Technically, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, well, we're not on the rules committee, so we're just allowed to bitch. So I agree with this. Let's talk about some of this offense, man. How about Calvin Austin just lighting it up?
Look, I think you already said it earlier, JT. You know, this was, and they even said it, this was a game that we've been waiting to see for Calvin Austin for almost 2 years now.
Yeah.
Maybe even 3 years. This is his third year, right? Because the first year,
that's right.
First year, we didn't get to see him at all. He was out.
Yep.
Last year, he was mired in what we had Canadians offense, which I don't even think he even had a play for him last year. And unless it was the jet sweep. And now this year, which he is part of the offense. Kudos to Arthur Smith. And how about this? Okay, one of the things that we've been talking about all year is, do we really need a WR2, as people want to say? And I kept saying no. And by God, did you see now with our quarterback what we've got going? George Pickens, 5 targets. Van Jefferson, 5 targets. Calvin Austin, 4 targets. How about the big guy rumbling and stumbling?
The Mount
Darnell Washington.
Watch out.
I mean, guys, we have some talent on this team.
Absolutely. Russell Wilson's been saying it for 2 weeks now.
Like, absolutely.
We got a long ways to go, because I'd see that, like, he's basically like, I see the talent on this team. I see the potential we have.
And the funny part about it is, we damn near had another game with 2 receivers with almost at 100 points. Well, I mean, 100 yards.
100 yards, right? Yeah.
I mean, and it's been a hot minute since that's happened.
Well, yeah, and also we have 100 yards running back again this week. Naj, what, 3 weeks in a row?
Yeah, 3 weeks in a row.
Over 100 yards.
Dude, is he just not running like a wild man this year? I mean, it started last year.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it started last year, but he is just really taking it up a notch.
Yeah, no doubt. He really has. I mean, we saw it the second half of last year, and it seems like he always started slow, but not this year, man. Out of the gate, and just a man possessed. I mean, towards the end there, they couldn't even get him on the ground.
You know the one play where he just hurdles Deontay Banks?
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they were saying that was like his 9th or 10th hurdle in his career. His 9th. Yeah. I was like, oh, gosh. I know he scares the shit out of me every time he does that, but hey.
No. Just waiting to get hit high, and the next thing you know, here he goes, pirouetting.
Yeah, this is the first time it actually worked, though.
Oh, I don't know about that. It's worked quite a few times before.
Well, really worked.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. He's, he looks like he gets stopped for a 1 or 2 yard gain and just keeps pushing. And these guys have been helping out, giving the tush push, giving him an extra. Heck, he's picking up 3-4 yards extra on every play. And what was he? Maybe like 7 yards average per carry.
Yeah, sounds right.
Yeah, because he ended up the game with 6.
Yeah, so we had a few short ones there.
Yep.
Also, Warren got going. He had 5 yards plus a carry too.
Yeah, and it was nice to see him scoot out there for almost that 20-yard break out there.
Mm-hmm.
And you can start to see him starting to get his sea legs back underneath him, coming back off the injury. So it'd be nice to continue to see him warming up.
Yeah, we got a two-headed monster right now, running back.
Yeah, definitely. And like you say, TA, I mean, we're getting all receivers involved here, slowly but surely. I mean, Van Jefferson with 4 catches, 62 yards, longest being 36-yarder. That was impressive. That was the 3rd and long too, wasn't it?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, it was a nice catch on the sideline there.
Yeah, definitely. And then Pickens being Pickens, man. I mean, God, his stats would have been incredible had those two.
It feels like every week something goes wrong for him.
Yeah, but now he's handling it with a little bit more maturity. He even last night's game, even for Monday Night Football, even though he did good, did you notice he toned down the look at me antics that he does after he does a catch? He actually acted like I've been here before and I've done that. Okay, coach, you gonna keep throwing me the ball? I'll keep making a play for you.
Mm-hmm. And I don't know this, but I have to think that Russell Wilson is part of that too. I mean, he's a true leader. Just see him like whenever Beanie intercept line, he was like joking. They panned to him, and he was like, you could read his lips. He said he bailed me out, and he was messing with Justin Fields there. I mean, that's you just he's inspired, I think, and with his leadership there, I think you're seeing some of those effects. And of course, Pickens realizing, being a jerk, to tone it down a little bit. Just go out there. Like Cowher said, my favorite saying from Bill Cowher was, act like you've been there before. Right?
Exactly. Act like you've been here before. And it's starting to show. And here you're right about the whole Russell thing, because I'll even take this one step further on that. I am impressed watching him on the sidelines with Justin right beside him, going over everything, keeping him involved, talking to him, joking. I mean, you see that he's engaged with Russell when he's over there as well too. It is hats off to Russell. I heard a lot of bad things coming from him because I got friends that are Seahawk fans and I got friends who are Bronco fans. But I'll tell you what, it's definitely not showing up on this team yet. And I hope it doesn't.
No, I heard talk about that. Just that fact. They're like, was it really Russ that was the problem with the Broncos, or was he just kind of the scapegoat and whipping boy? I mean, we're not seeing that there. Now, maybe he's inspired. Maybe he's reached back in and said, you know what, I'm going to come back and I'm going to show them that with the right team, the right coach, the right personnel, I still got it, man. And I think he's showing that. He's showing that.
And you might be right too. And I can't help but think in his mind, he has to know he's got a pretty special team he walked into. He's got everything he needs to go to a Super Bowl and win it. Let's be honest.
And I think he's really still optimistic about where we can go. Now, the true test is coming up, boys and girls.
Oh, absolutely.
See after the bye, but couldn't have come at a more perfect time. We got several players that are on the mend. Hopefully get Frazier back for one. Hopefully get Herbig back for another. I mean, if we go into the second part of the season healthy again,
Trice and Sutton coming back too.
What's that?
Trice and Sutton.
Say that again. You were kind of cutting out there.
Oh yeah, sorry. So Trice, Sutton, and Patterson are coming back too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because Sutton should be coming off of his suspension.
Right.
Trice should be coming off of
and
his
boy, Corey Trice, TA.
Yep. And let's face it, he was looking pretty good up until everything happened.
Mm-hmm.
So absolutely. You're right. I think we're where we need to be right now.
We just need to refine it.
Just putting it all together.
Well,
I
cool.
concur.
Let's well, you want to flip it over and talk some defense before we wrap it up? Go
Defense.
over our prediction.
Defense. Here's the only thing I that worries me about our defense, JT. We have to shore up the running lanes. Dude, torched 145 yards by the second string running back. But I will tell you, he did leave looking for the bat cave.
Oh, he sure did. He sure did. I think I told Wes that as well, too. I said, the only place he's
Yeah. Now, I'll tell you what, though. I also want to say kudos to Cam because I don't think Cam did a malicious hit or anything else on that. But whatever happened in that pile, he at least recognized something went wrong. He stopped, got everybody off, and started pointing. Somebody needs to get their ass out here right now.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Everybody else was like, what?
Right. I'm even like that. I'm like, okay, what's going on, man?
Really?
But no, he was right there. So kudos to Cam too, man. I thought that was a spot on play, to be honest with you.
Yeah. I couldn't agree with you 100% more as far as that goes. They got to shore that up too. But, I mean, I'm liking our DBs playing well. They're hitting hard. They're flying around. Jackson and Elliott are looking great. I didn't see, was Casey in much? Beanie?
Yeah, even Porter was making tackles.
Yeah. I thought no penalties.
Yeah,
Did they call any on him?
None that they called.
5 times for 50 yards.
Oh, you see the one where he held?
No, I meant on Joey Porter Jr. Though.
Yeah, Joey Porter.
Was he called for anything?
No, but let's face it. I shouldn't say Beanie should be giving him a card today because if he didn't have stone hands like his Uncle Ike, he would have been the one catching that ball,
right,
and not Beanie.
Double tapping it.
Right. I think he needs to spend a little time on the jugs machine.
Yep.
Hey, something else we saw kind of finally, I think maybe last week being his first game back, but Highsmith was either that or who he was matched up. I mean, he was beating that guy's ass all day. And like you said, TA, he was hitting Daniel Jones all night long, just causing havoc. And guess what? If you turn, you're in deep shit too. Because there was number 90. Punching balls, recovering fumbles.
Yeah.
Wrecking crew.
And I'll tell you what, quite honestly, I'm glad to see that switch up. There was a stat that came on earlier today that, that doesn't happen. It's only happened 9 times throughout the career of Highsmith and TJ that they've actually switched sides. And I'm thinking to myself, after what I seen last night, that needs to be more in the repertoire to throw defenses off. I mean, can you imagine that? Just to flip it? Because look what ended up happening. They switched. What happened? TJ got a sack with the help of Highsmith. Mm-hmm. And then the same thing happened. Highsmith got a sack with the help of TJ.
Yeah, right.
I mean, you couldn't have asked for anything better.
Nah, talking about seal on the edge and the deal there. Nice. And
absolutely.
And you know what? Speaking of seal on the edge too, we're not seeing. I mean, when I talked to Randy Fuller there after that loss, but it was one of the games. The last game Highsmith was out. They were taking advantage of the edge at times, but that's not happening now. He looks full speed again. He was a wrecking machine last night.
Yeah, he was definitely full speed last night and was looking good. And you know what? I want to also say kudos to their backups because Jeremiah Moon and oh why did I forget the other gentleman's name? Help me out, guys. The other outside linebacker.
Outside linebacker.
Because they had come in and spelled those guys and was able to get enough rush on them to help that bad throw.
Mm-hmm.
Because both TJ and Highsmith were off the field on that last play. And I can't even think who the hell it was now.
Oh, it had to be. You got me puzzled now.
Yeah, you got me wondering.
I got everybody puzzled.
Roberts. Talking about Roberts.
No, it was no, because it's on the outside. Roberts is inside. Moon is outside for sure. And Moon was in there. He's 40, 48, right?
Yeah, I believe so. 49. 49.
49.
Yeah. Wilson?
Nope. Inside linebacker again.
He's inside as well.
I don't know. I remember Wilson chasing him though.
Yeah, I mean, he's been pretty solid. I mean, Wilson really has been pretty solid.
I still think he's reacting to the play instead of instinctive, and I mean that's typical rookie stuff too. But I think once he gets a year under his belt, though, he's going to be good. He's going to be the eye on covering that stuff across the middle. I didn't really rate charts or anything like that, but yeah, I can't think who you're talking about, TA. As soon as we say goodbye, it'll be like, oh man.
Yeah, it'll pop up. But I thought that the defense as a whole played relatively good, except shoring up the run game. And knowing that we're getting ready to go up the likes of Derrick Henry, Chubb.
Mm-hmm.
We need to kind of solidify that.
Jalen Daniels
and Lamar.
Yeah.
Other than that, though, I thought that they did a very good, and I've been pretty hard on Austin too this year, so I got to give kudos where kudos is at, man. He did a good job.
Well, the pass rush was going off, so he didn't have to do much.
No. How about the fact, guys, that there's been 6 quarterbacks and 3 play callers over 3.5 seasons, 57 games during that time, and we only surpassed 400 yards of offense in just 3 games.
Mm-hmm.
Russell Wilson has come in and has done that in back-to-back weeks.
Back-to-back, yep.
Can you believe that?
Crazy.
Well, we were talking about it. He moves downfield in big chunks. He's capable of doing that. But I think, his experience, his ability to be able to read defenses, to be able to check down on the spot. I mean, it's just overall knowledge of the nature to him at this stage. You know what I mean? And he's out there having a lot of fun. And moving the ball down in chunks. And that moon ball, man, it is on. It is on. How about the one to Scotty Miller that didn't he went right through his hands, dude. Let's face it.
It hit him in the legs. I don't know how he didn't catch it.
Here's the problem, man. I don't even know if it went through his hands. It's like he didn't even react to that ball quick enough to even get his hands on it. He was thinking, oh shit, the ball's right there. I'm supposed to catch this. Oh, the ball already went through my arms and it hit my legs and it's on the ground.
Yeah,
Shit.
he had his dude beat. The ball's right there. I mean, you couldn't have thrown the ball more perfect. Let's be honest. At that distance. I don't know what it was. It was 20 yards plus though.
Well, I think it was a little bit further than that, JT. I mean, that was a rocket, and it was right on there as well too. And I think the biggest difference that you see is you hit upon the experience side of things with Russ, but also is I think he's just played enough to say, you know what, let that ball fly, let your receiver make a play on the ball. You guys practice this time and time again. You know where he's supposed to be. He knows where he's supposed to be. Put it there and let him go get it.
Well, how many times have you heard Ben talking about that? Throwing it up to AB and Hines Ward. I mean, just let your receivers do their job. Get the ball there where they're supposed to be and let them do the job and go and get it. I mean, you're seeing, like, every game, you're seeing these spectacular catches on both sides of the ball. I mean, there were some spectacular catches. We're like, whoa, how did he catch that ball? So, I mean, it's on display. It's just nice to see us doing it now for a change. And, that has to dull the big argument that we need a WR2 to help out Pickens. He's getting his share of catches. He's contributing when he can. And you're seeing Russ spread the ball around to open receivers, not just focusing on one guy. And if he's not open, throw it, check down. Right?
Look, the Russ bus wants everybody aboard. All aboard the Russ bus.
I will say this, though, and I won't bitch anymore, but I will say this. I'm tired of seeing us and throwing to Muth 5 yards down the field and expecting us to get a first down.
It's like Muth's first target, and he's like, oh, yeah, you have to go get the first down.
Let's get to the sticks, please. I mean, maybe he'll break one, but, let's face it. You need 12 for a first down. You got to go. You got to get him closer than that.
Even Danny Dimes was in 3rd and 10, 3rd and 12 a couple of times. And where did he hit his receiver? Right there at the first down marker or a yard more. I'm like, wow, that concept really does exist in the NFL? I didn't realize that. What a dumb Steelers fan I am.
What, for a receiver to run for a first down in his route? Oh, come on.
I didn't think that could ever happen.
Man. Well, hey, watch the Browns beat the Ravens as well, too. And then hoping that we didn't fall into this trap situation. When that the fumble happened, I'm like, oh no. Oh no. Not again. But yeah, they had to make it interesting until Beanie said, nah, we didn't play this hard all game just to let them win in the end in the last minute. So good for him.
And you know what? And you really can't blame Russ neither. He definitely had both hands on the ball. He was protecting it.
Yeah.
I mean,
it happened.
The guy come in and he did his job no more than what we expect the Steelers to do their job. Come in and knock that ball out. So
that's right. A punch.
Yep, a punch out.
Good deal.
So, and just the last couple of things, man. Kudos to Cam for being Mr. Dependable on defense. Man, he broke Donnie Shell's record, 202 games. So kudos to him and kudos to the Steelers as a whole. The streak continues from 1991 as 23 now? 23 consecutive Monday Night Football wins and our 100th prime time. Kudos to you, Tomlin. Just keep it up, buddy. Keep this team. You got a special one here. Everybody's starting to feel it. But the question is are we pretenders or contenders? And this is what we're getting ready to find out here in 2 weeks, guys, because this is where the real stretch. This is where the rubber meets the road.
Yeah, there it is. There it is. All right. So, The closest to our score, you 27-17, final score 26-18. You were just one number shifted between. So well done again, my friend. We were a little egregious in our predictions. 38, 35, 31, and 33 points. Almost got. I'll take the 427 yards offense over a 30 burger any day. How about it?
Oh, absolutely. And to know that even though with the fumble, not one time did I get too nervous. It just felt like this game was wrapped up for a change in the fourth quarter.
I think
and
we saw
it was nice to relax as a Steeler fan.
Yeah, I think we saw trouble, and they came out. They came to show. They came to play. Prime time Monday Night Football in Acrisure Stadium, dude, in Color Rush. It doesn't get any better than that. If you don't get up for that game, you're in the wrong league.
Yeah, you're exactly right.
Definitely.
Oh, and throw Halloween on top of it. Yeah.
Well, hey, quick plug. We got, let's see, coming up. We got the bye week. What do you think, guys? Want to take a week off?
I believe so. JT, let our listeners have a little vacation just like us, and
watch some other teams for a week. And so we'll be back with the pregame for the Washington for you. So, but hey, our guys, we're ready for a break. We've been doing 2 and 3 podcasts a week, and man, we'll take a break too with the Steelers. We'll get our strength back and healed up, and be back with you coming up for the pregame, the Washington pregame. Sound good?
That sounds like a plan, buddy.
I'm looking forward to it. As a matter of fact, the weather's supposed to be great here in western Pennsylvania and eastern Ohio. So, that'll be cool. And then by the time we get back with you, there may be a new president in the house. Well, there definitely will be a new president.
It just won't be in the house yet.
But so make sure you go out and vote, everybody. Have a great week off. Careful in the hot tub. Gentlemen, always a pleasure, man. Mean Green, Larry, thanks for tuning in, guys. We love it. 22 straight wins on Monday Night Football. There it is.
There you go.
Yep. Good deal. So, all right, guys. Careful in the hot tub, man. See you next. Enjoy that weather out there. Man.
Gentlemen, have a good evening. It's been a pleasure.
Check back next week into the Steelers Realm.